Soma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now some incredible, awesome news for the world of boxing. We got, the best boxer in the world news. Terence Bud Crawford, best boxer in the world, with Alexander Usyk together now. We ain't gonna never forget Alexander Usyk. He got to be 1B, you know what I mean? But Terence Crawford has handled his business, also beating bigger fighters. Never really been in a close fight, which Alexander Usyk hasn't really been an extremely close fight, but the one against Bridas was kind of close. Terence Crawford's first close fight is in his fourth weight division with Madrimov. That's what they call close. That wasn't real close, but that's what they call close. So these guys are really heads and shoulders above the rest of them. You would have the Inouye is in there too, and those are, those three top guys. But Terence Crawford has been handling his business, man. He really is a great fighter, and we're watching legendary stuff right in front of your eyes, which we were talking about just 2 days ago. But here's the great news of the day. Terence Crawford is in his fourth weight division. He's won the championship. Which belt did he win the other time? I think he won the WBA belt, if I'm not mistaken, from Madrimov, Israel Madrimov. So he's got one title in his fourth weight division. Now, he's openly said, either he'll take Canelo fight, Canelo fight was because Canelo was undisputed, but he's not anymore. And he would take the, he's trying to become undisputed in his third weight division, which would be unprecedented. And so that's what he's going for. Now, there's been roadblocks, at the bottom line was when he was beating Errol Spence, he was calling out Jamel Charlo, who was undisputed at the time. So he can have one fight against Jamel Charlo. And we knew he had at least a chance against Jamel Charlo. I think everybody can agree with that. He at least had a shot at beating Jamel Charlo. It would have been a good fight, though. But Jamel Charlo went to fight Canelo and went there basically laid down against Canelo. And then his titles were stripped, and they've been all over the place now. And then, Tim Chu kind of crystallized himself as that guy who everybody was kind of like, okay, this is the main guy now, right? And Tim Chu went on to lose against Fundora, which, I thought they should have stopped that fight. It was a nasty cut. And I think Tim Chu would have won that fight if the cut didn't happen. But because it was an accidental cut, they just let it go through, let the man bleed the whole fight and couldn't see anything. So Fundora has the titles. Now, Tim Chu, who we kind of think is even keeled and ain't scared of nobody, right? But even Tim Chu and Fundora were acting kind of funny when it came to fighting Crawford. I'm just going to say just funny. I ain't going to go any further than that. But it ain't like, like the welterweight division did when Crawford got there, right? Everybody was talking about sides of the streets, which did not exist, ever. They really don't. Other people be fighting right in front of your eyes that's from different sides of the street, but then when you show fighter, you don't want to fight somebody, then you start talking about sides of the street. He's not with this company and they're not with that company. And I done gave you the best example, and I'm going to do it again. The best example is Canelo Alvarez and that DAZN thing. Canelo Alvarez was at DAZN, Gennady Golovkin was at DAZN, Jaime Munguia was at DAZN, and Demetrius Andrade was at DAZN. Demetrius Andrade fights and wants Canelo for undisputed, and he's at DAZN for undisputed in the middleweight division. And every time Demetrius Andrade fight, who would they say their fight that needs to happen? Demetrius Andrade versus Jamal Charlo. And Jamal Charlo's on the other side of the damn street. Right? Terence Crawford comes to the welterweight division, and everybody don't want to fight him. So he knocks out everybody on his side of the street. The ones on the other side of the street is behind that fence selling wolf tickets. And they're fighting him. But he fought John Molina. He fought Felix Diaz. They was on the other side of the street, right? Same place, right? They just slipped out of the gate and got beat up, right? The other was still behind the gate. Man, y'all better lock that gate so I can talk smack. Okay, is the gate locked? Yeah, you on the wrong side of the street. That's all that was, right? So at the end of the day, he ended up beating up everybody on the other side of the street except the ones that didn't fight him. But here's my point. When a little guy comes to your division and he has the moniker of being the number one pound for pound, people should be knocking his door down to fight him and not the other way around. Period. And that didn't happen at 147 when he got there, and it ain't happening at 154. He ain't supposed to be looking for Tim Chu. He ain't supposed to be looking for no damn Fundora. He ain't supposed to be looking for no one. Everybody's supposed to be knocking his door down because he's a little dude coming up to your division. That's what's supposed to be happening. Everything else we're talking about is BS. That's why I don't even listen to people. We know what time it is. The man's awesome. Just say that. No, I ain't gonna fight him until he's the last one or something. Give him the man his props and stop acting like patronizing people like we don't know what's going on. Terence Crawford is that awesome that even those awesome guys in the bigger weight divisions are apprehensive. We can at least agree on apprehensive, can't we? So, 154-pound division, the WBO has come out and ordered Fundora to fight him, Terence Crawford. So that's good. That's great news. The WBO and WBC is also in the mix, because Fundora got both of those belts. So Terence Crawford can fight Fundora for 3 belts. It'll be a 3-belt unification fight. The winner got 3 belts. And here's the good thing too: Mutazaliev versus Tim Chu is for the IBF belt, and that's gonna happen in October. And so the winner of that's going to be feeling real good about themselves. Let's hope, at least, that they're going to want the winner of that. So we might have Undisputed at the early part of next year if everything goes right. Now, we know we got Virgil Ortiz out there. We know we got Errol Spence trying to come back. But them boys going to have to fight somebody. Ain't nobody think Errol Spence is the best guy at 154. We never seen Errol Spence in a fight where he's not the bigger guy yet. I done told y'all about that, right? Errol Spence is all that in a bag of chips. But he's not fought in a fight where he's not the bigger guy yet. So I would like to see that first, so we can show them other skills that I think he has. He just hasn't. I can walk forward on everybody. I'm bigger, and I rehydrate. I'm bigger than you, and I'm gonna walk forward and do that. Once he ain't walking forward on somebody, and somebody's got some weight pushing him back, let's see what he got on that back foot. Then I could tell you. But we've seen that with Terence Crawford. Front foot, side foot, back foot, any kind of foot you talk about, he's done that. Right? Any kind of, with southpaw, orthodox, whatever other kind of hands you got, he got that too. So that's Terence Crawford. Now, anybody on the internet telling you that this is not good news, something wrong with them. I'm just saying. I haven't seen one video something about this, talk about this bad news and talk about all that stuff that I tell you about, sides of the street, people might not fight them, whatever. Then they out there. We're living in the age of Turkey Al-Sheh. And he gonna put you on blast if you don't fight him. He's trying to make significant fights. All them shenanigans, if you're up into shenanigans, you're gonna be looking silly, which is great. Great news today. Terence Crawford, he's not the one being mandated here. Sebastian Fundora is mandated to put his belts on the line against the baddest dude walking around right now. If that ain't good news for you, something is wrong with you. All hail. Best boxer out there. Terence Bud Crawford. Like it or lump it. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.